Hi. So I'm here with Ashley, one of our dear friends, and I'm going to be giving her a reading.
Which I'm super excited about. I love tarot cards. Tori bought me my first pack that I pull myself, and half the time I don't even know what the hell it's saying. You know, I always have to look it up, but it's nice when you have someone that knows way more in depth about cards and can read them for you, like you.
So I'm so excited. We're going to do just a short little reading and kind of get a gauge on where you're at right now in your life.
Okay.
Some energy that you might want to bring in to kind of heal and balance you, and then some energy that you could just get rid of that's not serving you anymore.
There's probably a lot of that.
So we're going to do a 2-card reading and see what comes up.
Okay, cool. I love those cards too. They're so nice.
They're so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to do one card at a time, and then we can kind of talk about them together.
Okay.
So, energy for you to bring in. The 9 of Coins. So the 9 of Coins, or Pentacles.
Ooh, I know that's how I register it, as the Pentacles.
Pentacles. So when you get the 9 of Coins, it's an invitation for you to really sit and listen to all of the intuition guiding you towards your hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Is that resonating for you at all?
No, it does. I feel like I always have great intuition, and especially for others, like I'm really good at directing others, but myself, I'll feel something, and if it's not what I want to be feeling, I'm like, I'm just going to disregard that.
This card is really great when you're putting your intuition towards your career and financial goals. Mm-hmm. So instead of kind of making gut instinct decisions, sitting back and waiting to kind of feel and sense out career moves and financial moves.
That makes sense. I always have a fear of things. I'll have all these things I want to do, and then I don't just jump into it. You know, some people could just start something right off the bat, and they don't even think about it. Me, I think tenfold, and then eventually I'll maybe do it. It's weird, and it's only when I'm taking a risky move.
Well, I think that's great. I think that works for you, and you should really just invite it in even more and trust that that's the process that you have in making really big decisions in your career and your finances.
That makes sense. And I'm wearing a coin right now.
Amazing. It all makes sense.
It all makes sense. Yes.
Okay, and then energy that you can possibly let go of that's not serving you anymore. The 8 of Wands. So wands are all about creativity, forward motion, sexuality. And the 8 of Wands is a super...
Figures.
The 8 of Wands is a super fast-moving card of action and communication. And so if this is in your position of what to let go of, again, it kind of goes along with this 9 of Coins card of kind of taking more measured steps in your communication and really figuring out how you're feeling, figuring out your emotional well-being and balance before speaking on it or before making actions based on those feelings.
That makes sense. So what would do you think this is directed specifically towards what type of energy?
Take risks and take the leaps, but make calculated leaps.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm not a calculated person. I plan things and what I want, but not to the extent of actually following through on them, which goes back to this.
Yes.
I feel these tie in a lot together.
Yes, and if I were to give you homework from these 2 cards,
give me homework.
Yes, it's do meditations really directly based on sitting and being I'm going to meditate on my career, or journal about moves that you want to make in your own personal career or your financial goals. Just sit with it and let it come to you.
Me personally, I'm such a selfless person that I don't put enough attention on the things that are going to benefit just me. Everything that benefits me always has someone or something else tied into that, and I don't focus enough on just myself.
So what do you think would happen if you welcome that energy?
Take over the world.
You would take over the world, and that's scary because sometimes it's scary to think about really succeeding.
I know. I don't know why I do that. I've always been like that though, so I definitely know it's a flaw in a way.
I experience the same thing. It's it's sometimes it's more scary to think about succeeding than it is to fail, you know?
Yeah. Because with success comes failure sometimes.
Yeah.
Actually, every time. Along the way, everyone's going to fail at some point at something. So,
yeah.
I get that.
Well, thank you so much for trusting me to read for you.
Of course. This is great. I love learning more about just the tarot in general and tapping into different spaces that you don't normally. And that's what I feel like this does the most. People, have their negatives or positive or whatever they say about it, but I love it. And how long have you been reading for?
About 4 years.
Wow.
So
you have the experience.
Yeah, and I feel like
I'm a
tarot
newbie.
is just a tool to have a conversation about the patterns and themes that are going on in our life.
That's so true.
And, yes, of course, the cards can point to the future, but we have complete agency to change our future. So
this was so fun.
Thank you for joining us. And if you ever want a reading, you can hit up sweetheartclub.com.
Join
Bye.
the movement.